Welcome to today's Reset and Refresh class. And this class is called Firm Up the Peaches. And peaches here really are the emoticon of a peach, which is often used to represent our glutes. So today, all my cueing is going to be focused around the glute engagement, especially the glute maximus. So why is this important? Glute maximus is the biggest muscle in our body. Its main job is to extend our hip, which means its job is to help us get off a chair, get up from a toilet seat, and also to propel us forward when we are walking or running. And what happens a lot with our lifestyle is that because we sit so much, our glutes are not used to working. So when we perform movements where they should be working, they're not. So we've learned to use different muscles to do those movements. And over time, it's not very sustainable. So we really want to learn how to engage our glutes again. So this class is to help us become more aware of our glutes and how to actually use them. So I'm hoping that during this class, you're going to fire up your glutes, and then this feeling of glute engagement is going to stay with you for the rest of the day. So see if you can keep reminding yourself whenever you're moving, walking, getting up from a couch, keep reminding yourself to use your glutes. Tell your brain to tell the glutes to engage. And over time, hopefully, this will change so that you're not going to have to consciously do this, but it's going to become an automatic action. So let's firm up our peaches. Let's start, as always, on our backs. So come down, bend the knees, feet are on the floor. And then find your neutral pelvis. So really extend the tailbone towards the feet. Toes are pointing forward. Bring your shoulder blades under your back. And then start drawing the space in between the two ASISs together, firming up those deep abdominal muscles. With an exhale, start thinking, engage the glutes. So even here, see if you can start with that engagement and then push into your feet and use the glutes. So think glutes are working to extend my hips. So glutes are working to lift our hips up. And once you come to the height that you want to come, so this is not a really high bridge, come to the height where you can still maintain this nice long low back. And then you can poke to make sure your glutes are working. And just notice how this feels. I mean, of course, you're using your hamstrings here as well, but you really want to make sure that glutes are working and they're not just relying on the hamstrings to do all the work. You're going to probably start feeling them pretty soon. And let's extend the right arm up. So turn the right palm up towards the ceiling. You're going to take the left hand and pull down on your right fingers. Adding a wrist stretch here. And then we'll start moving the hips. So let's lower the hips down just to hover off the floor. And then with an exhale, again, think glutes, think extend and push the hips up. So the glutes are doing the work. Inhale to lower the hips down towards the ground. Keep the low back long. Exhale, lift the hips up. And keep going up and down with your breath. Also trying to keep the knees in line with the hips. Don't let them open to the sides or cave in. Couple more. So every time your hips go up, think glutes are lifting them up. And this time when you bring the hips up, stay there and switch the wrist stretch. So the left palm faces up, pull down with your right fingers. And now rather than moving the hips, we're going to move the feet. So let's lift the toes off the floor and then place the ball of the foot down and lift the heels up. And then again, heels come down, toes lift. And then the toes come down, heels lift. And keep going like that, back and forth. And at the same time, keeping the glute engagement, not letting the glutes relax. Just a couple more. Last time, heels lift, place them back down on the floor, release the arms, they can come down. And then lower your middle back, your lower back, and your sacrum onto the floor. Good. And you're probably feeling your glutes right now. Now for the first set of abs, we are going to use a block. So grab a block, come down onto the back, place the block in between the knees on its thinnest way, thinnest side. Bring the hands behind the neck, interlace the fingers, elbows point up. Knees are right over the hips. Pull the belly down to the spine, and with an exhale, lift the head and the shoulders off the floor. Okay. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Get off the shoulder blades. Inhale to lower, one more time like that. Exhale to lift, pull the belly down. Inhale to lower. Adding on. Exhale to lift. Extend the left leg up and twist to the left couple of inches. Keep squeezing the block with your knees. Come back to center, bend the knee, inhale and lower. Exhale to lift. Extend the right leg up, twist to the right, just an inch. Come back to center, bend the knee, inhale and lower. One more time like that. Exhale to lift. Left leg extends, twist to the left. Stay off the shoulder blades. Come back to center, bend the knee, inhale and lower. Exhale to lift. Extend the right leg, twist to the right. Come back to center, bend the knee, inhale and lower. One more addition. Exhale to lift. Extend to the left leg, twist to the left, and then extend your right arm towards the left. Push the back of your arm into the leg. You'll really feel your abs firing up even more. Bring the hand back, come back to center, bend the knee, inhale and lower. Exhale to lift. Extend the right leg, twist to the right. Left arm extend and then push the back of your left arm into your right leg. Hand comes back, back to center, bend the knee. Inhale and lower one more time each side. Exhale to lift. Left leg goes up, twist to the left, extend the right arm, and then push. Bring everything back to center. Inhale and lower. Last side. Exhale to lift. Extend the right leg, twist to the right. Left arm extends, push it into the leg. Come back to center, bend the knee, and lower. Bring the block to the side. Feet will come about mat width apart, and the knees lower towards the left. Push the inner right arch into the floor. Extend the right hip. So engage the glute and tell it to move forward. So move the hip forward. And then bring the arms into a goal pose here. The elbows are bent, palms are facing up, and elbows are in line with the shoulders. And just check in with your lower ribs to make sure that they're not popping forward. They're pulling down towards the spine. So the glute is engaged here as well. It's extending that right hip. And release, bring the knees to center, and then over to the other side towards the right. Pushing the inner left arch into the floor, and then the left glute will extend the left hip. So drawing it forward. You're trying to open that front of the left hip. And your glute is helping you do that. And release. Bring the knees back to center. Now for the second set of abs, we're going to come onto our elbows. So elbows are pretty much under the shoulders. Palms are down on the floor, or you can even place them on your side ribs. And then if they're there, really use your hands as a guide to tell you to draw your abdominals towards the middle. So draw them together. And then down to the spine. You really want to integrate the whole core. Draw it together. And then extend the legs. So the legs are going to be on a diagonal. Pull the low belly in. And we'll start scissoring the legs, just lowering about 10 inches or so. Up and down. Switching legs. Keeping that core engaged. And then lower legs a little bit lower, about halfway down. And up. One more addition, one more level change. We're going to lower the legs even more. You can always stay at any of the previous versions. So just bringing the leg to hover off the ground and then lifting it back up. Just a few more. Let's do one more on each side, left, right. Bring both legs up, bend the knees, place the feet down. And you can pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Come into this Hapanasana pose. Maybe rock side to side gently. Good. And let's come now into a tabletop. As always, bring your wrists right under the shoulders. Knees are right underneath the hips. Nice long spine here. And also make sure your head is not dropping. Pull it up so it's in line. You have your triple S aligned. Pull the low abdominals in to stabilize the pelvis. And now we're going to extend the left leg back. So keep the ball of the foot on the floor. And right away, start thinking, engage the glute. So you'll notice your glute will be engaged even if you just keep the ball of the foot on the floor. And then gently lift that leg up. But only lift it to a point where you're not rounding in your low back. And your glute is holding your leg up. Again, hamstrings are as well, but we want to make sure that the glute is working. Let's bend the left knee. So your heel is pointing up to the ceiling, and then we'll start pushing it up to the ceiling. Keep the engagement in the core. Keep the pelvis from moving. So the pelvis is not moving. Really, only your glute is working to move your heel up. So your knee is moving, your leg is moving. Just think you want to push that heel into the ceiling above you. Good. You can keep like this with the bent knee, or you can extend the leg and continue the pulses. This is a little bit harder to keep the pelvis from moving when you extend the leg. So just see where you're at today. So the knee can be bent or the leg can be extended. Just a couple more. Good. And then from here, bend the knee, bring it into the chest, and we're going to cross this left leg in front of the right. And then bring the hips back, so your left knee will lift. This is just to stretch that left glute a little bit. You can extend the arms forward. Good, and then slowly come back, uncross the legs, and we'll meet in the tabletop again. So realign yourself first. And then slide the right leg back behind you. Ball of the foot on the floor, and the right glute engages right away. Now lift that right leg to a level where you can keep that nice long low back. Bend the right knee, and let's start pulsing. So think heel goes up. Pulse. Again, pelvis is not moving. Core is strong. That glute is working really hard here. Now you can continue with your knee bent, or you can extend that leg. But again, make sure you don't move the pelvis. No movement in the low back. 3 more. And then pull the knee in, cross the right leg in front of the left, and then guide those hips back. Right knee will lift, and you can extend the arms forward. Good. Come back into a tabletop, and we'll set up for our dolphin next. So bring your elbows, your forearms down, pick your option for the arms. I like to measure where my elbows are first by grabbing the opposite arms and then interlacing the fingers. So you should be able to just grab your arms and then bring the hands together. If you're interlacing, release the neck, tuck the toes under, push into the forearms and lift the hips up. Again, the core is engaged. With an inhale, lift the left leg up. The leg is straight. Now we're going to move the leg over to the left without moving the pelvis. So really just you're abducting the leg, moving it to the left. Bring it back to center. Bend the knee, 5 pulses. So heel goes up, like we did in a tabletop. 3, 4, 5. Extend the leg, move it over to the left. Bring it back to center, bend the knee, 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more times like that. Extend the leg, move it to the side. Center, bend the knee, 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend the leg, bring it to the side. Center, bend the knee. Last 5 on this side. And slowly bring the left leg down. Now we'll do the right. Lift the right leg up. Move it to the right. Don't move the pelvis. Back to center, bend the knee, 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend the leg. Move it to the side. Center, bend the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more times. Extend the leg. Move it to the side. Center, bend the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time, extend the leg. Open to the side. Back to center, bend the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place the foot down, knees wide. Extended child's pose. Just for a couple of breaths, you can turn the palms up. And make your way up all the way to the front of the mat. Sun salutation 1. This one is going to be regular, like always, just to start moving our body a little bit more fluently. Inhale, lift the arms forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands come to the floor. Step the right foot back, lower the knee and the top of the foot. Inhale, lift the arms up. Push the top of the right foot into the floor. Right glute is engaged. Hands come to the floor. Step the left foot back. Lower the knees, lower all the way down. Inhale, pull the hands back for baby cobra. Exhale, push up and back, down dog. Step the right foot forward, lower the knee, and the top of the foot. Inhale, lift the arms up. Push into the upper left foot. Exhale, hands come to the floor, step the left foot forward. Inhale to lift all the way up. Your glutes are extending your hips here, so you squeeze them at the top. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Left foot steps back, lower the knee and the top of the foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right foot steps back, lower the knees, and then lower all the way down. Inhale, pull back for baby cobra.
Exhale, push into down dog. Step the left foot forward, lower the right knee on the top of the foot. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the ground, step the right foot forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Our second sun salutation, I'm going to change it up a little bit. So we'll move a little bit slower, and then I'll explain what we are doing as we move. But we'll start the same way. Inhale, lift the arms forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands come to the floor. Step the right foot back, lower the knee but not the toes. Inhale, come up. Left hand comes just above the right glute. Right arm will extend. Reach up with the right fingertips and then make sure your right glute is engaged. So you're using the glute to push the hip forward and open the front. Keep reaching up with the right fingertips. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back into a plank, and notice that your glutes are working here in plank as well. Lower the knees, and then lower all the way down. Inhale, pull back for baby cobra. As you're here, pull your low belly up, and then notice even here your glutes are slightly working. Again, they're extending the hip forward. Lower down, push into the hands, and come into down dog. Lift the left leg up, and then we'll add those pulses. So we'll keep the leg extended and just start pulsing your leg up to the ceiling. Again, your pelvis is not moving, core is strong, and you're lifting up into your armpits, so you're not sagging your chest down, you're lifting up. Good. 2 more. And then bring the knee down onto the floor for modified side plank. So left knee under the left hip, extend the right leg back behind you. And then we're going to lift the right arm up. But even here, this left glute is engaged and is trying to push your left hip forward. See if you can find that engagement. Another option is to lift the right leg off the floor, make it a little bit more challenging. Good. With an exhale, place the right hand, right foot down and come back into down dog. Then step the right foot forward, lower the left knee but not the toes. Inhale, lift up and come into goalpost arms. So you're pulling the right foot back, left glute is working here. And now we're going to just lean back. So use the left glute to hold you, and you're going to use your abdominal muscles too to hold you here. You're not rounding in your low back, you're lengthening. You're just really leaning back. One more breath. Let's bring the hands back down to the floor, step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Use the glutes to lift you. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Hands to the floor, left foot steps back, lower the knee, but not the toes. Lift up. Right hand behind the back, right above the left glute. Left arm reaches up. Really reach the fingertips up. Make sure that left glute is working. Pull your right foot back. You can also push the ball of the left foot into the floor to help you engage that glute. And then bring the hands to the floor, step back into plank. Pause for a second, notice the glutes. Lower the knees to the floor and then lower all the way down. Inhale, pull the hands back for baby cobra. Again, pull the belly button up. Glutes are slightly engaged here. And then lower slightly, push into the floor, lift into down dog. Right leg lifts. And let's start pulsing. Again, pelvis doesn't move. Your glute is doing the work here by lifting the leg up and down. A few more. And then bring that knee towards the chest, place it down right under the right hip, extend the left leg behind you, and then lift the left arm up for modified side plank. So your right glute is engaged in pushing your right hip forward. Another option is to lift the left leg up. And try to balance. Good. Let's lower the left hand and the left foot and come back into down dog. From here, left foot steps forward, lower the right knee, but not the toes. Come up, goalpost arms. Make sure right glute is engaged. And then lean back slightly. So you'll feel more pull, more opening across the right hip. Your core is holding you here. One more breath. And then bring the hands down. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, hands come down. Now to close the class, we'll come back down onto the floor. Come onto your back. Bend the knees. Cross the right leg over the left, fully like you would for eagle. And then pull the knees in towards the chest as tightly as you can. Extend the arms open to the sides, palms are facing down. And now with an exhale, we're going to bring the knees over to the left. Keep the knees as tight to your body as you can. And then allow them to just come to where they can. You can always place a block under your knees. So we are in a twist, but we're also stretching the outer right hip as well as the right glute maximus. And then slowly bring the knees back to center. Place the left foot down, uncross the legs, and we'll switch the cross. So left crosses the right. Pull the knees in as tightly as you can, and then keep them there as you bring them over to the right. So why we are pulling the knees in is to create a length in the spine so that when we twist, we're twisting from that place of the long spine. And also this way, we're twisting more in the upper back or the middle back. We are not compromising our low back in any way. And then slowly bring the knees back to center. Place the right foot down, uncross the legs. And from here, you can extend them. Turn the palms up and come into Shavasana. So you're welcome to pause the video here and stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. So I really hope you enjoyed this class, and I hope that you can feel your glutes now. You know what I was talking about now, about that feeling of engaged glutes. And hopefully this will remind you for the rest of the day to use them a little bit more than maybe you're used to. So have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.